right, guys. We've got Bunny in the top right side of the map, Scarlett in the bottom left, and this is the match immediately following, narrowly getting through that previous match that we just cast. So I'm excited to see what goes on up against Bunny. I feel like Scarlett, you know, it's funny as well because I feel like there's always like one barn burner or two barn burner matches of Scarlett in just about every tournament. But sometimes a bit earlier than we'd like these days, and they do go under the radar. So cool to see what she's got in store. Bunny is a beast. The man who got to the finals of Atlanta 2022 almost beat Hero there. He was so close, just fell short at the finish line. I mean, is it even falling short though when you're playing Hero? Hero is always so hard to put down. He's got some of the best comebacks in the game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, most games start you at the... Sorry, guys. We were talking about skill-based matchmaking. Oh, man. I'm so distracted from this cast. Jeez, sorry. Oh, right, guys. We got Scarlett in the bottom left, Bunny in the top right. It's qualification. One of these big matches from Dallas that we're finally getting around to cast. Immediately following her previous match, which she narrowly got through. And actually, we were just having a discussion about this whole skill-based matchmaking drama. Someone pointed out skill-based matchmaking is good, generally small communities, gives people better matches, but it's a bit awkward in big communities when you have like outcomes like putting players in their first StarCraft games against platinum players who have 1,000 games of experience. So that's not skill-based matchmaking though. That's just the implementation of StarCraft devs basically saying, hey, we think if we start people in the middle, it's the way we can minimize harm the most. Because we think like that way it's going to be the quickest, and we give it a flexible algorithm so very quickly as they win or lose, figures out where people belong. Because there's so many stories of people who hop into StarCraft and they win like their first 5 games, right? Because they're like, I played against AI 10, 20, 30 games, or I was a pro at Red Alert or whatever other RTS. So it's kind of this funny thing where it's like, well, you don't want those guys to just win 20 games, 30, 40 games straight if they start in bronze. But you also want a brand new player to start in bronze or silver, right? So it's this like double-edged sword where it's like, who do we kick the butt of here? I think there's an argument that it's probably a little bit more important to protect the actual complete newbies and to start people off lower. And that's why I would say the implementation of skill-based matchmaking in StarCraft, maybe you should start people at 2,000 MMR in their first game rather than 3,000. And then if they win that game, bam, 2,500. They win that game, okay, we're up to 3,000 now after 2 wins, right? You know, I think they could definitely make it more, because at the moment, if you're a brand new player, you will lose your first 7 games, right? If you're actually brand new, sometimes 10. And that's like a lot, right? And it's like, I get we don't want the high-level player who makes a new account to have to play 1 billion games, but also I feel like you kind of want to protect those newcomers and give them a bit of an easier, you know, opportunity. Now, that's why a lot of games actually give people games versus AI to learn the ropes these days. Your first games, they pretend it's a player. A lot of mobile games do this. Battle Aces, I believe, does this for your first like 5 games, where it has like a name of an actual opponent. It changes the language of the name. I think it might be randomized or something. And then people think they're playing players, and they're like, "Wow, man, I'm smashing. These guys are real noobs." You know, my mate fell for it when he was playing. He's like, "Man, everyone sucks at this game. I won my first 10 games." I'm like, "Everyone does. They're versus AI." So that's like a funny thing that you could actually throw in there. That kind of messes up. Anyway, let's talk about the game. Now that we've got some action going, hasn't really been any significant damage. Scarlett's got her macro 3-base setup. Bunny's in the top right. He's got Hellions there. A Liberator on the way. So a bit of Hellion Lib pressure. And she is, of course, just building queens. 5 queens up, 2 more building. So that's 6 queens out, 1 more building now. Double Evo Chamber is going to go down in the main at 420. And we've got creep spreading out on every single side. 1 creep tumor there. Another one there. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 Hellions and a Reaper. We've got 6 more coming out. So 8 Hellions plus a Lib. That's a big commitment. That's a very big commitment. 3rd Command Center already floating down. The Liberator is, of course, flying down the south side. It's been spotted. She should be ready for it. No Spore Crawler building. Scarlett, are we blind? Scarlett, that just flew through 2 Overlords, or an Overlord and a Creep Tumor Vision. She builds it now, but she hasn't moved her Queen to respond. Got to be a little critical of that. Okay, she's watching. She's all right. She's fine. She builds a 2nd Spore, forgetting she built the 1st one, I think. Only going to lose 1 drone so far. Oh, the Hellion's getting in. Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh, this is really bad. But a lot more Lings pop out at the perfect time, blocking the Hellions. That's huge. You want to keep those Lings spread out perpendicular to the Hellions. You don't want to run into them in a big column or anything like that. You want to spread off to the side so you're kind of running alongside the Hellions. And beautiful Ling micro. Now, only 2 drones. An egg goes down and she gets a full refund. She goes back to mining. Crushing. Hold and good early defense here for Scarlett. Bunny committing to something. You know, this sort of opening Hellion Lib aggression, I feel like used to be such a good way to play. And it feels like against modern Zergs, even at my level, I don't know, man. It feels like going 6 Hellions and just clearing up the creep is more important. But look at her creep spread now. You lose those Hellions, you lose those libs, she is going to explode on the creep. Like, she's just going to cover the map with creep. She's going to get crazy work counts. Her 4th base is coming up the bottom. I don't know, man. I look at this and I'm like, man, if there's one player you don't want to let have map control, it's Scarlett. She's disgusting. Like, look at this creep. Look at how many tumors she's putting down. Oh my gosh. This is, yeah. We've had games where Scarlett gets creep outside their base by like 8 minutes. It's absolutely nasty. She was the original player who was famous for her creep spread. It was one of her attributes, you know? You'd see crazy creep spread, you say, I know who that is, that's Scarlett. Rainer, of course, sometimes matches are on that these days. You can maybe tell the difference between the two if you didn't have the names up, because Rainer's going to have a little bit more flair to his crazy multitasking. Nice scan, but she still keeps her creep tumor alive on the left, so she could actually spread that straight back and kind of replace that immediately, even without bringing the queens. The number of scans he's going to have to use to keep this controlled. Oof. Taking out those creep tumors. If Idra had Scarlett's creep spread, ... I just don't think Idra was ever very good. I mean, at the time he was, don't get me wrong, the early days, like he was good at the time. He was ahead of people on the fundamentals, but like, man did not enjoy the game, and you could tell because he wasn't very dynamic in his strategy. Let's put it that way. He knew how to build workers and build army and A-move it. He didn't do a lot else, you know? I could go back and review some of those games maybe, but he was very good at the fundamental of building the economy, but not much else, in my opinion. And that was most players back then. Most players had 1 or 2 things they did well. We didn't know that much about the game in those early days, you know? But he never had a passion for StarCraft 2. StarCraft 1 play was, I think, very impressive for the time. Ooh, tank marine coming out. I feel like the Lings get the top tank, but you gotta run away now. It's costly trades for Scarlett. I think she wants to set up counterattacks and stuff. She's at 79 workers, but this 5th base on the left is exposed. Her 2-2's ahead. She's got 12 Hydras building. She's in trouble right now because if this drop gets in, she's lost creep control in the middle. She's kind of slow to replace it. She went to respread creep, but then she moved her queens back down here now. If she loses this base, that's a real problem because if she gets knocked back to 4, all of that early growth advantage just starts to disappear. 4th command center is floating out for Bunny. He's got 8 racks. 2nd factory building a reactor on it as well. Marines. Ooh, Widowmine not the best shot. He's got Marine tank in the middle as well. Still only now picking up here. He's going to boost inside the natural. Oh, Bunny's got the flow going. He's got that rhythm. And he realizes now's the time. It's funny, you could tell he tried to click on the queen, but he actually misclicked on the drone that was moving past the queen. So he focused down a drone before focusing the queen down. Medevac slowly going to pull away from that queen fire. Oh, Bunny misses another creep tumor here. Okay, there we go. He gets it. Pulls back and gets that one. Infestation pit coming in now. Scarlett's thinking about a hive. She's on 96 workers. Okay, guys. Scarlett is trying to win this game by drowning Bunny in units. This is, I mean, she should be able to do it because she's far enough ahead in the early game, I think, but I'd be worried. I'd be very, very worried. That drop on the left side as well. Marine tank, Medevac coming in. Hydra's going to be breaking the rocks down. Medevac coming down this left side. 2 infestors are on the way. Oof. Scarlett, she got spores behind the natural. She does not. Uh-oh. She's got to pull back. I feel like Bunny's creating a big gap in the map control here for Scarlett. She loses a few drones, which I don't think is the end of the world. Ling's running the right side, but there is a planetary there. She can land a big fungal with these 2 infestors. That'd be real nice. I feel like fungal plus hydras is so nice. Unfortunately, she's forgotten her hive. Oh, that's rough. Marines in the top side. Forced to pick up. Hydras have both upgrades now. They need to get some range upgrades as well. Would be really nice. I feel like hive and +1 range are so important. There we go. Yeah, she realizes. The moment she looks at her main base, she starts both of them. Marine Marauder Widowmine moving down the left side. We've still got this Widowmine firing again, getting another 2 drones. Marines in the back as well. Bunny's overloading her. This is really good tournament play. I think Bunny's realizing that Scarlett's just leaving holes in her game, holes in her defense, that she shouldn't be. And he kind of realizes she's a little thrown off right now. The momentum is in his favor. He feels the tempo. He knows she's making more mistakes because of that. And he dives in on multiple sides, cancels multiple hatcheries. She vainly rolls the right side. But she's not clicking on the planetary, and I think she might need to. She doesn't have a lot of raw damage here. Oh gosh, Skull, you gotta click on that bad boy. Finally, she clicks on the planetary. She will try to clear out that Ghost Academy. On this left side, though, she's taking so many more losses than she should be. She got a fungal available? No, looks like she already cast a fungal on some of the other units. Her Hydras, if she can clear these medevacs, that would be fantastic. 1 medevac, 2 medevacs, 3 medevacs going down. Wow, Bunny losing so many units. If he saved all those medevacs and bio, this would look much better for him. But as it is, he now moves back down on this side. Her Hydra's trading okay until the Widowmines fire. And she does lose that Hydra position. Goldbase gonna get killed again. She's already lost so many hatcheries in this game. A few got cancelled, but even more did die. The Widowmines never got cleared up on that top side. They've recharged. No Overseer over there right now. You can see here, she's lost 2 hatcheries. She's cancelled maybe 3 more of them as well. 3 more Infestors are building. Still no Hive? No, she's got the Hive now, but no Adrenal, no +3 Carapace just yet. She's on 82 workers against 79. That early economic lead has been washed away in the mix because of Bunny's aggression. Problem for Bunny. Where the heck is his 5th base, guys? The command center, remember, got killed that was building in front of this, and the planetary got built as well. Killed as well, sorry. So he's only now restarting a 5th command center. If he can squeeze another command center in, that's very important, because if he loses this one, it's just going to take too long to get to a 5th base. This is something sometimes Terran players do suffer. But for now, he's focusing on Remax, getting the middle position. Libs, Ghosts, and Bio and Mine on the way. And look at that Widow Mine. That's a delicious boomy boom all over those Zerglings. Another one lands on the Overseer. Good pullbacks for Bunny. Gotta watch out for the fungal. Liberator does take out a few of these units. Units lost tab 3,000 resources in favor of Bunny. It's acceptable for Scarlett. It's not the end of the world just yet. She's left her Infestors hanging out in the open though. Oh no, Scarlett doesn't appear to be watching the Infestors. He stims, he clicks. 2 Infestors go down. She does eventually notice. Lands 1 fungal on a few Marines, but nothing game ending. A few Banelings going down to the Widow Mines as well. She's going to try and break this position. She's sick of him controlling this watchtower. The Liberators do go down at the bottom of our screen. Widow Mines are all cleaned up. She's going to pull back. She doesn't want to chase too far off creep. At the same time, though, he has to be very wary of those Infestors. 2 Infestors and 2 Vipers are out right now. You land fungal and Parasitic Bomb on the Medevacs and Liberators, it will obliterate them. Nidus Worm goes down for Scarlett behind this. She's got a new base in the top left with purple gas. She's going to try and do some of that action now with +3 Carapace and Adrenal Glands on the way. We'd love to see +2 range and a Lurker Den potentially. Hydraling Bane Viper can do it, especially with the Infestor edition. The question is, can she get that creep control? Can she get a section of units hitting the natural? 6th Command Center goes down. 5th Command Center floats down. 7 Command Centers on the way, actually. Very nice for Bunny. Building more of that. Fungal's ready. Ooh, she lands a great fungal. Gets a few of the Medevacs damage there. A few Ghosts go down. There's a lot of Hydras in the mix. +2 range is now started for her, but it's not ready. So remember, it's 3-3 against 1-2 Hydras. +3 Carapace is not ready. The Hydras do not trade particularly well against this well-upgraded Bio. Snipe, unable to land on the Infestor as it does get out of vision. Hydraling Bane still looking like she wants to fight, or at least is thinking about it. Oh, the Viper's in the open! A bit of mismanagement here for Scarlett. She's got a Burrowed Infestor here. She's got another one out on the map down here. So they're both forward in position, but with no energy for another minute before they can actually fungal things. Nidus in the back door. He notices it instantly. Bunny, he's on his toes. People have told me that Bunny is an excellent late game player. I've always said, I don't think Bunny's great at late game, but we don't really know because we almost never see it. And I've had a few people say, oh, he's amazing. He's god tier late game. And I don't know if they're Bunny fanboys. We're going to probably find out in this game as it is getting very late in the game. Scarlett's not bad at late game at all. Right now, it looks like she's trying to play the momentum style. She's thinking about a Broodlord swap, but it's a while away. Hydraling Bane trying to spread forwards. Widowmine's not really finding the mark. Oh, one good Widowmine landed in the middle of the Banelings. Ouch, 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 ouch. Units lost up 6,000. Watch out for the fungal. Oh, she lands a good fungal on that northern side. Banelings do roll into some of this bio. Tries to stand his ground and fight. The Banelings washing up on that Marauder ghost count. She's got to get out now. She's got to wait for the Remax. She has another Infestor that's forward, still behind this army. If he goes too close, he may get caught by fungal. He's looking for the EMP. He's looking for the snipe even. He snipes the high energy Infestor. There's another one there. Infestor from behind comes in though, and that is a juicy, juicy fungal. A couple of medevacs will be falling. At least one of them goes down. Hydra, Ling, Bane rolling over this base. I think it's not going to work out. The Baneling gets a good hit in the mineral line, but I think this is a crazy fight for Scarlett to take. If she kills the planetary, it could be game winning, but if she doesn't break this position, it could be a throwing maneuver. She's trying to get into the Major League Baseball here, and oh no, she attacks into the planetary and doesn't get it. It survives. 15 SCVs did go down, but the units lost tab. 8,000 resources are now in favor of Bunny. He's down in supply so low, though. Oh, man, this game's close. This game's close. I mean, she's still got one more big remax. She might... Don't go on creep. Bunny still needs to turtle. He's attacking. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. It's like watching Clem. He does, like, an epic hold, just needs to turtle, and then he immediately counterattacks on creep and dies. Like, she's remaxed. She can still kill you. You still need to be very, very safe for the next minute until you remax. Bunny right now is not being safe, and there's a Nidus Worm in the main base. She's pushing the front at the same time, keeping him distracted. 2 new Vipers have been rebuilt. She's got Vipers, she's got Infested. Parasitic Bomb comes in, abducts on the Liberators. Great play here for Scarlett at the same time. Nidus Worm pops inside the main base. There's nothing inside it, unfortunately. It is just a distraction. Fungal! Big Fungal lands on the Marine Ghost. Oh my gosh, Baneling's coming forward. Blinding Clouds as well. Ghost getting a few snipes off. There's another Fungal standing by the command center. It's deep in the red. She's been unable to kill this command center. It is frustrating her, but finally, she kills the command center. It did not have the Neo Steel armor upgrade, and that is fair enough. Nidus Worm, finally, she loads a few Lings in and unloads them in the main. It is enough once she breaks that base, getting up to 95 workers so early, even with some inefficient trades, just denying that 5th base. He's so dry on money. A lot of his minerals going down, he just couldn't quite keep up. Scarlett's early game macro and her initial defense of the Hellion Lib put her in a good enough position. He found a few mistakes from her past then, but he wasn't able to have those perfect defensive holds he needed to get back in the game. Well, that was a fun game one. Bunny down here in the bottom right. He had some really good multi-prong. I think leaving those 4 medevacs on that left side of the map at one point and just getting them cleaned up when she came over there, that was probably a bit of where he lost some momentum, right? He's keeping her bases down, doing lots of damage, but he maybe didn't realize just how far ahead she was before that happened, because she just had the money to get back up and recover. Respread her creep. She hung in there. Scarlett is a player who she really loves EVT. She likes the flowing, movement-based mechanical matchups. I think she likes the wrestling match of StarCraft. I know I do. And she's always had a great joy in this matchup. So it's always cool to watch her play this one. You know, ZVZ, she's a trickster with some very clever builds. She's happy to gamble. She kind of embraces the gambling Zerg vs. Zerg. Zerg vs. Terran. She likes the mechanical war. She likes finding little details to give her edges. She likes being greedy, you know, figuring out how to defend the Terran aggression, get ahead, and then dominate with masses of units. And against Protoss, she likes to balance wine. That's what else can I say? And sometimes swap to playing Protoss when she wanted to dodge CVZ back in the day. She used to do that for quite a bit. She's always believed Protoss is very good. She used to do a lot of mass Oracle versus Zerg. I think that was her favorite time. It was like a year. It felt like a year. Maybe it was less than that. But there was a while where she was just every game massing Oracles. She was like, and we're like, you don't even practice Protoss, do you? She's like, no. We're like, can you stop beating Zergs with mass Oracles? She's like, but it's Imba. I want them to nerf it. We're like, okay. I think a lot of Zergs, they like to be a solid defensive reactive player. They like to scout what their opponent's doing, block the aggression, get ahead. Kind of like the ZVT style. And I think if you try to copy-paste that mindset into ZVP, you end up very angry. Every Polish Zerg player. For all time. Sorry, Laser. Throwing you under the bus there, bud. Let's be real. Laser's probably the most mannered about it, but we know he feels that way anyway. Nurtio is probably the most outspoken and rude about it. But a lot of different Zergs have had that issue with Protoss. If you're like a very defensive Zerg who doesn't like to go first, you want to kind of counterpunch, you're usually going to have a bad time against them. Scarlett, even though she still balance wines about Protoss, she really has embraced those kind of cheesy builds and stuff. Here against CVT, though, it still is a very mechanical kind of tempo-focused matchup. Just going to try and put a creep tumor down there. Oh. I guess once the creep gets like there, she can spread it down and spread it in that direction very quickly. See, this Scarlett does like having these little details. Okay, she's like, okay, my third's getting blocked. I'm going to take this base. Problem, not only is this an exposed third, she's getting Marauder all in, guys. That's right, Hellions and Marauders and a Viking. There'll be a medevac after the Viking. There's going to be concussive eventually. This is going to be a brutal Hellbat Marauder attack. If she builds a Roach Horn, she'll be fine. Why is she taking this base? I think it's just because the other base was blocked, but it feels awkward, right? You can see this creep. It can't quite spread creep there because it needs to kind of consider the creepers already connected to that area? Okay, now it considers that it can. Apparently now it's able to spread down here. So she can spread that to the low ground and get it in front of this base pretty quickly, which is very important. You need to get creep up on this ridge line to protect that base. This Overlord poorly placed. Scarlett, get it back to the pillar. Yeah, I mean, the Viking will kill it anyway, but good to see that she's paying attention. Double gas. She all-inning? Ravager Ling all-in off of this forward base is quite common. She's going for a mass Ling attack. But wait. What is she doing with the triple gas, though? There's no Roach on a Baneling Nest. Did she forget to build a Baneling Nest? Does she... This is so weird. She's going mass Zergling. What? I mean, the counterattack could be brutal, but she forgot a Roach Warren? I think she forgot the Roach Warren. I don't think she has any idea that she's being all-in right now. I don't think she has any idea. She's going Lair, Roach Warren. Oh no, and her queens are out in the open. Get out of there, Scarlett. Get out of there. Concussive shells is done. Oh no. Okay, one queen gets caught. The other ones do pull back. The Ling's going to counterattack. If they run up the ramp, they could win the game. If they get up the ramp without Bunny raising it, that could win the game. Oh, she's got a Ling on the ramp. She's got a Ling on the ramp. She's inside. If she splits the Lings at both worker lines, she could kill everything. The question is, can she defend at home? With the Roach Warren almost finished and some spines coming, she might be able to. Bunny leaves the door down and is getting butchered. Oh my god, it's a crazy gamble. Scarlett just waiting with 30 Zerglings to do a run by, but her Lings at home are doing nothing. She's building 6 roaches. She is building 6 roaches. Maybe she can get those roaches up in a ball and out-micro this. Maybe, just maybe. The Lings are killing just about everything, but oh, Hellbats will eventually defend. He survives with 5 SCVs, guys. Bunny has a roaring double mule 5 SCV economy right now. I'm kidding. It's a terrible economy, but Scarlett's what she got? A spine, a few Lings, 6 roaches popping out. So Roach Warren's dead. She's mining down here. Maybe she should build a Roach Warren down here. Maybe she should build a Roach Warren. I don't know why. Yeah. Don't know where that... She tried to build it. She tried to build a Roach Warren, but it's not building. She doesn't even realize she would have absolutely built that. Getting any more roaches out could win her this game. She gets a surround, though. She gets a surround on the Hellbats and the Marines. She gets a Hellbats on those Marines over there. Roaches, Lings trying to defend the Spinecrawler as well. She's going to try and hold this ramp. She's trying to fight here. The Roaches unable to pick off these Hellbats, though. The Medevac's there. He should be picking up these weak Hellbats. She's focus firing really well. She's trying to build Roaches right now. She doesn't realize that they're not building because she's staring at this fight. She should be able to win this game, especially if she had Roaches coming out now. She has 500, 450. She should be able to win this with this Roaches plus this crazy Ling counterattack she did. But she's building Lings now, realizing the Roach Warren didn't build. Scarlett, oh no. And now this base, she run the drones. You know she's tilted right now. She's like, why don't I have the ability to build Roaches? Where the heck is my Roach Warren? She finally rebuilds it. She finally rebuilds the Roach Warren. Oh no. He's only on 6 SCVs, but she might not even realize that she killed everything. She might think he has like 15 SCVs. She might not realize how screwed his economy is right now. Lings are just worthless against Hellbats. There's a problem. She needs more Roaches. The Roaches hiding really well. She gets another Hellbat. But she's getting down to one base. One base against double orbital. You can't come back from there. Like, it's now a decent macro position because it's taken too long for her to build Roaches. So even if she cleans up this push, she's now dead. Not to mention, Marauders on the high ground can actually hit your drones. So this is actually such a bad spot for Scarlett. She goes in with more Lings, but the Hellbat and the Medevac does defend. Oh, it didn't make... Yes, Artosis's voice could absolutely be channeled through Scarlett's consciousness in this scenario. Medevac, kill it. Oh, she doesn't finish hitting the Medevac, so it survives. So triggering. The Queen goes down as well. The Medevac and the deep red hit point still dancing around. She's got no mining. And even with some Ravages making, I mean, she's not going to kill him on his side of the map. He can make more units. He's making more Marauders. He's got the lib there. I mean, the Medevac finally goes down to the Queen as it pops. The drone's trying to defend said Queen. Ravages will come in, clean up the Marauders, and that Liberator will have to back away, but can always come back to harass while the Ravages are counterattacking. He's going to go for a Hellbat drop, which is kind of a crazy choice. He should just be building Cyclones and Marauders right now, surely. He's going to pull back to the high ground now, is Bunny. I think he's realizing this is looking like a very good position for him right now. Scarlett, that Roach Warren not building. I don't know, she must have just like not had the money or something. I don't know if something blocked it or what happened. Biles coming down, not going to land. Easy dodges there for Bun Buns. And you can see this Medevac's got a couple buns in the oven there. Some red hit point Hellbats that it is nursing up to health. And the Liberator going to try and siege on this. The Marauder with the concussive looking pretty decent. Nice Medevac pickups. Gotta pull back though. Chasing a bit too far. Oh, Bunny. Bunny. Hello, Bunny. Did we screw up? Scarlett's got a lot of minerals. She can make a lot more Zergs where that came from. She can make a lot more Zergs, but no, one of the Ravages goes down. The Cyclone's here. And I think with the Hellbats dropping out of the medevac, should be able to protect those Cyclones from the Zerglings. GG, well played. Nice game. What the hell, guys? What went on? We're going to watch this from Scarlett's point of view. Maybe, first of all, it's fine when the Roach Warren tried to build and then didn't. So she runs her drones away. And then at some point, she pulls a drone over and tries to build a Roach Warren. So she clicked it there, and then I guess she thought she clicked build Roach Warren, but she probably did it so quickly that she didn't even see if it worked, if it that it placed. Does she not have the money for the Roach Warren? Oh, she doesn't have money. Yep, she just spent her money on lings. So she's like, quick, build Roach Warren, and she goes back to microing her Zerglings and stuff, and she doesn't realize she didn't have minerals for it. Oh my gosh, if that Roach Warren went down now, she wins this game. Or at least is in a good position. At the very least, a good position. Because, yeah. No, he was on 4 SCVs against 35 drones, guys. Like, she's... Oh, that's... Yeah, brutal. Brutal. All right. Game 3 now on site. Delta to decide it all. Scarlett Malding over the missed Roach Warren. She's had some messy, weird games. I really feel like Scarlett just attracts fun games, right? I mean, she went for a crazy Ling gamble. I don't even know why she chose to do that. She just was like, you know what? 30 Zergling run by. That's the strategy this game. And I'm like, okay. Huge gamble, but why not, you know? I'm not sure if she was planning to do her own, like, Ravager Ling. I don't think she was. If she was, she forgot to build the Roach Warren the first time. Maybe she forgot to build it the first time as well. Yeah, maybe she meant to click it with the double gas, didn't. Then she changed her plan because it was meant to be like, okay, I'm going to go with a little bit of a Ling flood, follow up with a Ravager Ling all in. Yeah, I don't know. It felt like that game was a little mistake riddled, but I think this is the great thing about players like Scarlett. They have such mettle. She has such history with the game, so much experience and so much ability to fight under pressure, where you get these games where it's like, well, this is clearly not the best you've ever played. And you're ending up in hard positions, but by golly, are you good at trying to fight out of them. And these games end up messing. Your opponents are nervous. They're playing a big land. They're making some mistakes. It's cool to see. Command center first here for Bunny. Do we go double gas? Yeah. Barracks. So it's command center, barracks, gas. Normally you're going to go for a second gas here with this guy. Yeah, he's rallying already. The reason being, if you delay that gas any longer, you're kind of going 3 ranks after command center first, which is very old school opening. Don't see that very much these days. From best to worst, what are the most entertaining, what are the best to worst mirror matchups? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think TVT is pretty damn good. But it really depends who's playing. Like, I think Cure and Maru sometimes have these real snooze fests, and other times they have barn burners. So it really depends on, like, the day for each matchup, to be fair. I actually really enjoy watching PvP. I think PvP is very fun to watch. I don't like playing it very much. I hate it. There's just not enough consistency in it. It feels like there's so many options, and like Max is one of the few guys who can get any consistency going in his play. Feels like there's so much mind games and like Protoss pretending to do one thing and then doing something else. It feels very awkward, but ZVZ I actually quite like a lot. I really feel like since about 2018, ZVZ kind of evolved as a matchup and became a much more dynamic and interesting thing. I think Cyril Rayner is always fun. Rogue Dark is always fun. I think like Sue and DRG and like Solar kind of play pretty dull ZVZ. But I think you put like Dark, Rogue, Raynor, Cyril. I think these guys all play very kind of fun, very big variant ZVZ. That's actually pretty awesome. I actually think all the matchups are probably way more entertaining than they were in Heart of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty. Things coming in. We get an SCV. Not bad, not bad. Oh, is she going to get another? Oh, it's so close. Oh, the Marines protect. Good boy, Marines protect. All right, drones pumping out though. Scarlett, I mean, it's just a few lings against the command center first. Always good to poke, see if they've been a bit too greedy, which of course Bunny had. But his flamethrower is ready, and he says, "What did you do to my SCV, boy? Get back here. Why are you running? Why are you running, boy?" Wouldn't it be cool? Like, as much as Mad Max type situations would suck, I just want to see a friggin' buggy with a flamethrower on top of it, you know? They actually had, like, a couple of tanks they modded in, like, World War II to be, like, flame tanks, right? I think that was, like, a thing. Like, 1 or 2. Wasn't there a Command & Conquer... Wasn't the original Command & Conquer... Wasn't there a flame tank in the original Command & Conquer? It looked like just 2 big fuel tanks. It was a nod. A nod unit, right? Dude, I totally forgot about this unit. That unit was fun. That unit was very cool. The old nod flame tank, man. Oh! Battlecruiser! Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Battlecruiser? That's right. Oh, we're gonna start it. Every second matters. Oh. Wait, what? It's 2-port! It's 2-port! What? Oh my, what the shit? Command center first into 2-port. This is where this build came from. Someone did this to me after this tournament on post-youth, and it hit so early, and I lost my mind. I was like, what is this? I literally could not believe how fast the battlecruisers hit me, and I went from rage to rewinding the replay to... That was so well done. That build is amazing. I did not realize it was from this series. I remember this this game so vividly because I was just shocked. I've never seen 2 battlecruisers in my base this early before off of a fast expand. But I was like, I guess Command Center first is really good. She's making roaches and carapace. Carapace actually helps against the battlecruisers a lot. This really helps your queens massively because the battlecruiser does like 8 damage a shot, but it shoots really fast. And that's going to knock it down to 7 damage. It's a pretty big reduction. You know, it's a good 14% reduction or so on the damage. But how many queens has she got? 6. 6 isn't going to defend this. She kind of needs to go counterattack. She doesn't have any Zerglings, though. I think these first 2 battlecruisers might just kill it. She does have spores. As long as he doesn't teleport above the spores, he should teleport here. This is the best spot to start the rush. No. Why would you go there? You need to kill the queens. Bunny. That's a dumb teleport spot, in my opinion. Focus the spore. You need to get rid of the spore. I feel like you need to get the queens. Getting the queens is the most important part because the queens are what is eventually going to defend this. Like, I could be hating right now. I don't know. He does take down an overlord. He gets a nut. Is overlords the right thing? They do a lot more damage versus ground than air. Keep that in mind. They do a good, like, 20% more damage versus ground than air do battlecruisers. Oh, the third base has no spore. That's huge. And if he finds the spire, as long as he keeps getting rid of the spire and then teleports more battlecruisers in, he can kill her. He's got a 3rd command center up. He's going into a bio transition behind it. This is a slick build one, and that's a spire that has to be canceled. Spire number 1 goes down, guys. Oh, it doesn't even cancel. She didn't cancel it. She starts a new one in behind the natural. She's only mining off of her natural and her main right now. Her 3rd is not really mining. The battlecruisers get some fantastic damage. Roaches are running in on the other side. He needs to not lose too many SCVs here. He should have battlecruisers popping out at home. He's got a battlecruiser. He can wait for the BC to defend this. These BCs need to not die, though. Yamato's ready. He wants to drop those big Yamatos on top of those queens. Some people say, yeah, slay queen. Bunny says, shut up, you zoomer. And he drops Yamatos on your face, except he's actually kind of distracted with this, and he's losing a lot more SCVs than I thought he would. The roaches with carapace are not dying very quickly. They have 2 armor. The battlecruisers having massively... They're only doing 6 damage a shot instead of the 8 because the 2 armor on these roaches. So many SCVs are dying. I think Bunny's been a bit wasteful with his SCVs. And he didn't Yamato queens at the same time, which means he's losing Yamato time right now. So he's not doing as much damage as he should. And he actually loses 16 workers, a ton of mining time. He does have a nice bio transition, but Scarlett, this buys her time because now the spire's on the way. Oh, should we have just teleported the BCs across? I mean, if there was like a bunker, this is a totally different game, right? If there was a bunker or a tank on the high ground, it's a totally different game. Without a bunker or a tank, I mean, he has to use them to defend, unless otherwise it's completely all in. But now it feels like you've got 4 BCs, but she's got corruptors. And you're going to Yamato 4 of them, teleport home. And you're going to do that basically once every... What? Why? Are you drunk, Bunny? He just teleported in. But what? Holy crap, what? Who gave Bunny cocaine in Dallas? Who gave Bunny a bag of cocaine before his match? That is not a sober decision. That is a mad lad decision. Man, just going for broke. He's hoping she doesn't get the... Guys, she's got grubs out. There's no way these battlecruisers are getting home. It's not working, guys. He just killed 2 drones and a bunch of queens. And guess what? They just spent their load. They're empty, and they're going, give me a minute, honey. You think Scarlett's going to give him a minute? Scarlett is going to kill him with the Corruptors that are popping out. She's going to hit him with 9 Corruptors. The Queens are there with Transfuse. Every Battlecruiser now goes down. The whole point of Battlecruisers is they're a renewable resource. They're meant to be able to do their damage and teleport home, and keep your opponent investing in a bunch of Corruptors that aren't the best unit in the game. But now these Battlecruisers, there's just no way they get home. They did a lot of damage, but remember, every Battlecruiser is 700 resources. That's not counting the 2 starports and the fusion core. Every battlecruiser is 2.5 hatcheries. You know, it's, let's say 2 hatcheries. It's my man just teleported 4 command centers across the map and detonated them. Imagine it. To really put this in perspective for the new players, he teleported 4 command centers in, suicide bombed them, and killed a few queens and drones and overlords. Now, you might think the queens, overlords, and drones is a lot of damage until you realize 4 command centers just died to do that. And then you realize 4 command centers isn't really enough. They're actually more than 1.5 times as much. It's more like 6.5 command centers teleported in and blew themselves up. It's a really bad trade there. Even though the cost for cost overall, because the first battlecruisers did some damage, a bunch of roaches died, is good. You gotta realize she's been way up on workers this whole time. She's got a massive supply of roach corruptor. He's gonna be playing biotank. If he can hold on, he could stabilize on bio and drag this out. But right now he's only on 1-1. She's also on 1-1. Tanks are well positioned on this map. He's holding on as well as he can. Bunny going for the meme build. 2-port BC in the open stage of a bracket tournament. What a wow. It's so funny, right? Because like some people are so risk averse in tournaments, and Bunny truly living up to his namesake of being a YOLO player. He says, you only live once, you only die once. Wow! You know, takes the pin off the grenade and charges into melee with it. We're like, you know you can throw that, right? And he's like, yeah, it won't be as accurate. I'm going to run up and try to put it in your mouth. And you're like, oh god, that's a dangerous strategy. Leroy Jenkins, this bad boy, man. Roach Ravager here trying to kite back. The Corruptors are going to go for the PP in the main base. Nice strategy. Ooh. Bold strategy. Cotton. Cotton? I said it like Corton. That was weird. Anyways, 4 bases are up. 5th base up there as well. Roach Ravager tries to run in behind. Ain't able to get that much. Scarlett shouldn't screw around too long. She does need to get some damage, but oh, he's not covering his natural. She realizes. She's like, wait a second. Wait a second. You don't have any tanks over here. Hello. Oh, did she just miss both depots with those biles? 300 IQ biles from Scarlett. Oh, Roach Ravager running up that ramp on the right side. The tanks there are shooting the Marines as well. Oh, God. No, Scarlett. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Jeez, man. Ow, Scarlett. Ow. Scarlett did an ow. She did a no good. She forgot to make +2 carapace as well. She's been on single Evo. She forgot to get +2 carapaces queued up behind the first one. So she doesn't have +2 carapace. He doesn't even have an armory, right? He has an armory, but he's forgotten his 2-2 as well. This game is a hot mess. He's pulling the boys. He's pulling the boys. He's like, she screwed up. Now's my opportunity. Let's go. Zero fear. Dude, he puts on the Stars and Stripes pants. He goes for it and just goes for the YOLO. Rex Kwon style. Let's do it. You think you want a roundhouse kick from these bad boys? We're in Dallas, Texas, my homeland, says Bunny, with a fantastic display of confidence. Unfortunately, it does not work. She gets enough of the Roach Ravager Remax out. She does stop it. I admire his bravery. And SCV, Paul, was crazy. I think he could have just macroed up. But he started with a YOLO, and he finished with a YOLO. Bunny said, never back up, never surrender, never blink twice. I have 1 speed, 1 gear, go. I got tiger blood, mother truckers. Bipolar, how about by winning? Scarlett says, how about by losing, son? He has to tap out, and Scarlett gets through 2 of the craziest matches to make it through to the knockout bracket and keep herself alive in the tournament. Well done, Scarlett. That was a journey.